terrible. Kandamyogen's the larger and more popular shrine, so 9 out of 10 people would choose to donate something there. But when I inquire at the shrine office, nobody knows anything about an old computer. That leaves Yanabayashi Shrine. Incoming call. The hell? Who's this? Who are you? What do you want? Who's this? What? All I can hear is noise. Wrong number? No, maybe. You're from the organisation, aren't you? Is this a warning? You telling me to stop getting involved with CERN? Huh? It's a woman's voice. And she clearly doesn't understand what I'm talking about. You're not from the organisation? No, it's Makise.
Makise?
Who? I think I remember this voice from somewhere. Sorry, but I don't remember. Tell me where we met. Paris or London? Haha. We saw each other yesterday, remember? Yesterday. Makise. Oh, my assistant. No, not your assistant. Makise Kurisu. If you don't say Christina, then I have no way of knowing it's you. I'm not Christina either. How many times do I have to tell you? You never stop complaining, do you? Whose fault is that? Whose? Wait a minute. How do you know my phone number? Something's not right here. It's not like Kurisu's free of suspicion. She could still be a spy. Daru told her. Oh, that's boring. So what is it then, assistant? I said, I'm not your assistant. What's the point? Where are you now? Heading to the Yanabayashi Shrine. Ah, okay. Bye then. Wow. Huh? What was that? Is she messing with me? She's messing with me. God damn it, nobody messes with Hoinkyo. How dare my assistant treat me like this? I shall scold her most harshly the next time we meet. She thinks she's all that just because she was published in a major journal. Oh, hello. Your accomplishments mean nothing to me. What are you talking about? When I arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, I find my assistant waiting for me for some reason. She glares at me with her usual frown. What was that phone call about? I just wanted to ask you where you were, and since you said you were coming here, I came. Nobody asked you to come. And yet, here I am. Why is she always in such a bad mood? Why did you come to see me? Because I wanted to do or anything. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I wanted to or anything, but Barker. She just keeps those abusive words coming. I can't stop thinking about what you said yesterday. What I said? About the IBN 5100 and CERN. Of course, you're working for CERN, not the organisation. You're here to kill me, aren't you? That's what I thought. You have the face of a killer. What's wrong with my face? How rude. Calm down a bit. You're always screwing around. I can't believe you're older than me. Calm down. You don't understand what it's like to live on the run, never knowing when the next assassin will strike. All I'm hearing is gibberish. You come here to pick a fight? I just want to know about the IBN 5100 and CERN. Don't you mean you're interested in CERN's time machine research? Be honest with yourself. Shut up! I'm not interested in time machines at all. More importantly, did you find an IBN 5100? That's why I'm here. Kurisu looks up at Yanabayashi Shrine's small archway. You've got mail! A shrine. Who's this and what do they want? Oh, bloody hell, it's Moeka. You're evil. Love at first sight thing was just a joke, okay? I have any chance a womanizer?
Soda.
Correct. And, with perfect timing, a beautiful boy, dressed in a Miko garb, appears from the nearby shrine office holding a bamboo broom. Ah!
Kyoma-san, konnichiwa.
Hello, Kyoma. Lukako, why don't you have it? Are you talking about Demon Sword Samidari? I told you to carry with it at all times. I'm sorry, but it gets in the way when I'm cleaning, so... But if they attack while you're cleaning, nobody's going to come to your rescue, you know? That's true. I'll be more careful from now on. Hey, what are you two talking about? Lukako finally notices Kurisu and gives me a puzzled look. Who might this be? My assistant. No, what kind of an introduction is that? I'm only telling the truth, Christina. You're not Japanese? I am Japanese. Anyway, Lukako, I need to talk to your father about... Wait, introduce me properly! You want to be introduced properly then? It's unnatural not to be introduced in this situation. I didn't come here to introduce you to Lukako. An introduction wouldn't take more than 10 seconds. What's wrong with you? Please don't fight. Lukako's flustered. Looks like he thinks we're fighting. This is Makise Kurisu. My assistant. Yeah, whatever. Assistant, whatever. Nice to meet you, Makise-san. I'm Urushibaru Luka. Nice to meet you too. How old are you? 17 this year. A year younger than me. No, really, Makise-san, you're so grown up. I can't believe we're only a year apart. That means you look old. Wow. She glares at me. No, that's not what I mean, you're very beautiful. Thanks. I think you're very cute. But he's a guy. I probably shouldn't tell her that. The shock from learning the truth might be enough to make her go back to America. You're introduced? Happy. Can we move on now? You are such a jerk. Anyway, Lukako, I require an audience with your father. Can you make it happen? Yeah, sure. But why do you need to talk to my dad? It's a grave matter that concerns the future of mankind. The future of mankind. I'll go get him. Runs away. Lukako races off to the shrine office. He believes just about everything I say. He's really easy to deal with, unlike my rebellious assistant. Oh, chew. Oh no. Did I catch a cold? Kurisu's sniffling should keep her too occupied to scold me for a while. Lukako's father soon appears. He's pretty flustered, practically dragging his father behind him. Hurry, Dad, hurry! Slow down a little. If you rush me, I'm gonna fall. But the future of mankind is at stake. He likes to overcook it, doesn't he, Okabe? Oh, well, that's certainly serious. I've met Lukako's father several times before. He's a gentle, respectable adult with the exception of how he raised Lukako. Apparently, the reason Lukako wears Miko garb is because his father requested it. Maybe his dad's a pervert. No, it's not like I mean to mock Shinto priesthood or anything like that. Maybe not Shinto, but if this was Roman Catholicism, then yeah. Hoin-kun, it's been a while. Thank you as always for taking care of Luka. The honour is mine. His name isn't Hoin, it's Okabe. Oh, really? You there, assistant. Stop making things complicated. I'm just telling the truth. Why did she have to come here? Luka told me his name was Hoin. Maybe Luka was just playing a trick on me. That's not it, Dad. Okabe-san is his real name, and Hoin is, Well done, Makase, you've made it all very awkward. I am Hoin. Okabe Rintaro is the name your parents gave you, right? Are you denying that? Just be quiet, zombie. Who's a zombie? It's great that you all get along. Luka's dad looks at Kurisu. Are you one of Luka's friends too? Pleased to get along with Luka from now on too. As you can see, this child of mine is so delicate. Come on, Dad. Kurisu looks like she's going to cry for some reason. What's wrong? Is she upset that Luka's father assumes she's a friend? Kurisu notices my stare and quickly turns away. So, Hoin-kun, did you need me for something? That's right. This is no time for idle chatter. This meeting will shape the course of Ragnarok. The future of mankind is, well, whatever. I'm a mad scientist, not some sort of hero. I explained to Lukako's father how I need the IBN 5100. And then I ask him if that retro PC was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. Of course, I don't disclose any classified information like how we plan to hack into CERN or how this is all related to time machine research. I don't know if donate is the right word to use, but an old computer was entrusted to this shrine about 9 years ago. No, wait. Really? That's it? Well, that has to be it? Please wait here. I'll go and get it. Lukako's father comes back in about 10 minutes. His face is bright red and he's carrying a large cardboard box. His gait is fairly unsteady. I wonder if he'll be okay. Ooh, this was hard to dig out. I think this is what you're looking for. Luka's dad places the box on the ground and takes a deep breath as he rubs his back. Was it that heavy? I thank him and take a look inside. An IBN 5100. We found one at last! Inside is a simple portable computer. With integrated monitor, the monitor is only about as big as a GPS screen. I compare it to the IBN 5100 image I got from Shining Finger. They look very similar. Look at this. Lukako points to the logo between the tape drive and the monitor. It says IBM 5100 portable computer. And it's got a tape drive as well, it's that vintage. Finally, I have solved Akiba's urban legend. I love his laugh, it's demented, it's wonderful. This is the Phantom PC of Akihabara. It's in excellent condition, there's only a thin layer of dust on it. But it looks like we'll need a plug to see if it works. Now, the problem is whether Lukako's father will lend it to me. I'll be blunt. May I borrow this computer? Sure. Seriously? Is it okay for a priest to just lend property out like that? Items which were donated to the shrine? I've never heard of anything like that. That's why I was expecting him to refuse. When this was entrusted to us, the owner said this: if a young man ever appears and says he needs this computer no matter what, please lend it to him with my blessings. I didn't think it would actually happen, to be honest. I'd forgotten about it entirely until you reminded me. I'm happy to lend it to you, Hoen-kun, but please be sure to return it when you're done, okay? Of course. Thank you. I bow deeply, but in my heart I'm grinning like a madman. I can't stop laughing. Things are going better than I anticipated. It's almost like everything's being handed to me on a silver platter. Now certain secrets will be laid bare. We can expose their wicked research and possibly even gather hints on the creation of a time machine. And then I can complete the first time machine in human history. Now I have to get to the IBM 5100 back to the lab. But unfortunately, I don't have a car to transport it in. In fact, I don't even have a license. Same goes for my assistant. Americans start driving at 16. How come you don't have a license? Well, something wrong with that. I spend all my time doing research. You're wasting your youth. I thought so too until I met you. Now I realise I'm doing just fine. Wow. Touche. No fighting, please. Lukako's flustered again. You're a lifesaver, Lukako. Thank you, Father, again from me. Luka's dad has already returned to the shrine office. Lukako nods. Your father is a lovely man. Eh? Lukako and I freeze at my assistant's nonchalant words. My father is married. Adultery is bad. I'm screenshotting that, that's brilliant. Huh? I see, assistant. So, you like older men. Hey, wait, don't misunderstand. You two, that's not what I meant. I won't give up my father. Please don't cry. I just mean, I was jealous of how well you get along with your father. That's all. Of course. I'm sorry for the weird misunderstanding. That was so rude of me. Don't cry. We've resolved the misunderstanding, so it's all okay. In the depths of your heart, sly feelings for Luka's dad. Die. Wow. Wow. Just die. Christina turns away. I decide to leave it at that. Angering her any further could lead to violence. Don't forget your practice swings with Samidari. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. L. Sai Kongali. It's Kongru. Don't forget it. I'm sorry. Wow, you've screwed Luca over so hard today. First you make Kurisu think that they're stealing his dad, and now you're getting pissy with him over El Sai Kongru. Hey, what kind of low-life teases a girl? Oh boy. We're gonna go there now, aren't we? I wouldn't know. Lukako's a guy. I ignore Christina and lift up the box with the IBN 5100 inside. Oh, it's heavy. I can barely get it off the ground. I put it down for now. Now I know why Luca's dad was red in the face when he brought this thing in. Is it that heavy? Pathetic. It's only as big as a CRT monitor. Then why don't you try carrying it? Then you'll understand. Kurisu sighs, grabs both ends of the cardboard box and lifts. She strains with all her might, but gives up without lifting even a centimetre. It's really heavy. She blushes slightly, but still maintains her usual frown. My assistant seems to have strong competitive spirit. This thing's got to weigh like 30 kilos. Maybe we should have borrowed a pushcart. Urishibara-san is the one in the shrine? There is one, but actually, it's broken. I'm sorry. Oh. Is there some other place we could borrow? No. We don't need a pushcart. Then how are you going to bring it back? It takes about 10 minutes to your rundown lab from here. Maybe too heavy for one person, but it's a different story for two. You and I just need to carry it together. Why else do you think I made you my assistant? So that's why. Well, if we carry it together we might be able to manage. But I refuse. I said no! I'm pretty sure you said, but I refuse. Shut up! I said no. But I refuse is a famous manga quote. Could Kurisu be an at-channeler? The whole reason you made me a lab then was to borrow my knowledge from this. It is elementary to derive the following. I won't do physical labour. I see. Then I guess I have no choice. I'll do my best to carry it. But I glanced at Lukako. He twitches when he notices my look, then timidly raises a hand with his tears in his eyes. Then I will... Yeah? You're gonna help? Will you be okay? Yeah, I'll do my best. No, Lukako, I shouldn't make you help me. I can manage by myself. I see what you're doing, Gokubei. You're an arsehole, but I kind of respect it. But we're friends, Gokubei-san. I want to help you out. No, I'll do it myself. I'll help you. Then, me too. Please, go ahead. What? Don't you know, Christina? This is what you call a Japanese gag. You sneaky! Thanks for the backup, Lukako. Now that that's settled, my assistant will help me carry the computer, so you don't have to help. Thanks for the offer, though. Okay. If that's how it is, then. Now, assistant, since you have volunteered, I won't let you refuse. Grab hold and heave. Fine. Kurisu and I lift up the cardboard box. The burden's considerably easier when distributed between two people. Why do we have to be face to face? We're positioned so that we're looking at each other. But there's no other way to hold it, so what can you do? Let's just go. start to walk out the shrine. Hey! Stop, stop! I said stop! You're a noisy one. Don't walk forwards, then I have to walk backwards. Let's walk sideways. Whatever, get moving, assistant. Hey, listen, please, just listen. I can't walk backwards. Of course you can, you're my assistant. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I can't. I'm asking you to go sideways. No, I'm telling you to go sideways. I'm gonna fall. It's dark by the time we get back to the lab. It's normally less than a 15-minute walk, but since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long. We finally made it. I'm exhausted.
Oh my god.
You didn't complain so much about every little thing. We could have gotten here sooner. Right back at you. You stopped to take a break at least 5 times along the way. That's because I wasn't feeling well. Are you okay? Just occasionally my right arm aches. And when it does, dark destructive impulses overcome my soul. Shut up, or I'll tear another peripheral nerve out of that arm. Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. Rip out my nerves, that's like something from last year's New Gen incidents. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's bring the 5100 into the lab. The final barrier awaits. You have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase. Get your friends to help. You're right. Check the window, the lab lights are on. Huh? Part-time warrior comes out of the Brawn Tube workshop with perfect timing. If it isn't Okabe Rintaro, what you got there? You want to know? Then I'll tell you. Wait, if you're gonna just stand and talk, shouldn't we put the box down first? Yeah, actually wait, this will only take a second. Well, what is it? What if I told you it's an IBN 5100? No way, you found it. Wow. Way to go, Okabe Rintaro. If it's that lewd, Cypher, quote it. I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's gonna do that, she should at least call me by Hoin Kyoma. Where was it? It's heavy. Kurisu starts giving in. I'm about to my limit too. Let's put it down. Kurisu and I place it on the ground gently so as not to damage the contents. So, where was it? Yanabayashi Shrine. You mean like a Shinto shrine had a computer? Yeah. Why was it there? And suddenly Suzuha looks at Kurisu. Ah. She gasps, then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath. Yes? Makise Kurisu. Yes? Okay. For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? I can't move a muscle, the air's so thick with tension. What is it? Have I done something wrong? Suzuha turns away without looking back, disappears into the Brawn Tube workshop. Who was that? Now Kurisu demands answers from me. She works part-time at the store. Why was she glaring at me? How should I know? Did you do something to make her angry? I've never seen her before in my life. How rude. Kurisu picked a fight with me the first time we met too, but that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs. Good work, everyone. With this, we can fight. Who are you fighting? CERN, and the system that rules the world. If that's what makes you happy... Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I'm an insane, mad scientist. What I desire is chaos. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Never mind happiness. You're like a junkie hyper-secreting beta endorphins. Ocarine, I don't want you doing bad things, remember? But wow, I can't believe you found one. You make the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we had... I certainly don't admire him. For a moment, there is complete silence. It's all thanks to Mayushi! Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means? Without Mayushi's info, Ocarine would still be lost in the streets of Akiba. Mayuri's right. She did well this time. Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home. What about you, Christian? Wanna go together? Thanks, but I'm gonna stay here a little longer. Looks like Kurisu's interested in the IBN 5100 and CERN after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet. Okay, but you should go home before it gets too late. See you tomorrow. Go on, Zypher. You know what you've got to do now. See you tomorrow. Toot-tooroo. Mayuri waves a hand as she leaves. Now then, Daru. When do you think we can use the IBN 5100 to hack CERN? Wow. Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns the machine on and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Wow, it actually turned on. First, I need to learn how to use this thing. It looks like hooking it up's going to be a pain. It might take a while. I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin IDs at the same time. Alright, prioritize the ID search. If possible, I'd like you to get the IBN 5100 ready to use this month though. There's still 30 days left this month. It's not going to take that long. That's my super hacker. You've got mail. Well. Got info? I've got to read this. Hey Okabe. What? I look up, Kurisu's glaring at me. What did you just call me? I called you Okabe. You called me Okabe. I take one step towards Kurisu. And she takes a step back. Time out, time out. Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Dude, what the hell are you doing? Kurisu doesn't step back this time without taking her eyes off me. She bites her lip and curls her hand into a fist. Did you just call me Okabe? I did. Problem? Yes, I'm younger than you, but you insist on calling me by ridiculous names like Christina and Zombie, so I don't think I need to show you any respect by adding San. And besides, that's not the problem. I'm not Okabe. I'm not Okabe. I'm Ho in Kyoma. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina? It's not like she likes you or anything, Baka. God, you're so full of yourself. Thank you for that, Cypher. From now on, call me Hoi. That's Kyoma. No. Kurisu snaps at me, then turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes? Are you crying? I'm not crying. It's not like I was scared of you for a second there or anything. And I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? Wow. It's exactly the same structure as what Zypher just said in chat. Amazing. She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe tears back from her with her hand. Seems she was crying after all. Daru. Why is my assistant crying? She said so herself just now. All I did was correct her on my name. Maybe she only acts strong but is actually weak on the inside. That'd be pretty moe. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. And I'm thirsty from this hard day's work. So before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge. Hey, aren't you going to tell me what's going on? Dr. People. Wow. Dr. People. The best drink in the world. I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around. Yeah. Kurisu tries to catch it but fails magnificently. She picks the bottle up off the floor, then shoots me a glare. I'll explain in a second. Drink that while you wait. Gee, thanks. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. She ended up being no help at all, but I suppose I can't just say nothing. I got the goods. Over. As I send as concise mail as possible. Let's see. Mail sent. Now then. Turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. The goods? You found an IBN 5100? Gimme, Mocha. Gimme. What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I send that. Another instant reply. Gah. Let me borrow it. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear and I'll never see the IBN again. Got it. Got info. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. The address is Chiyoda-ku, Sotakanda 36 Ohiyama Building, 2nd floor. Added the lab's address and sent the mail. No more replies come. Sorry for the wait, Christina. Look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. Pepper. Ooh, you're a fan of the doc, I see. I've lived 7 years at the birthplace after all. Excellent. We'll make great drinking buddies. I'm a minor. That's not what I meant. I meant Dr. Pepper drinking buddies. Is that all you drink? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signalling me to talk. And so I explain how Daru and I hacked into CERN, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they've successfully created mini black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story. Cern certainly is acting strange, but how's the IBN 5100 involved? Cern's database uses an IBN 5100. So? The only way to decrypt the database is to use a 5100 of our own. How do you know that? I have my sources. I can't tell you who, but I do have my sources. I don't drop Titus' name. I've no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisu puts a finger on her lip in deep thought. Setting the IBN 5100 and such aside, I want to see proof that Cern's really doing that sort of research. True, we didn't get any definite proof of Cern's time machine research last time we hacked them. Daru, will it take much longer to find the server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about that. It should take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. I'll wait until then. You'll wait? It's already getting dark. Why not go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning? No thanks. I'll wait. I'll know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner. That's the spirit. You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies lie at the heart of Cern. What you guys are saying is true, and this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing their results, they're making fools of scientists the world over. That's only if it's true, though. Oh great. Who's this? You've got mail. It's from Lukako. Right. About my older sister. She's always at university, so she's almost always never home. You know how I said she's boyish? Well, I've always had trouble saying no to her. So she and my father used to make me do things. I mean, you know. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry. P.S. I was so deep in thought I didn't do any practice swings with Samidare. Wow, that sounds dark. You know. Don't tell me they defiled you. In that case, you may have lost your power as a meek. Wow. Mail sent. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBN 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows. Can you show me the phone wave? Indeed I can. Want to experiment? You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right? Do you know why? I can only shake my head. Let's run some tests. She looks around the development room. Man, you have a ton of junk. It's not junk. Since you're new to the Future Gadget Laboratory, I'll explain. These are glorious fruits of our science, the Future Gadgets. Future Gadgets 1 to 7 stored here. The phone wave, which you're already familiar, is gadget number 8. Future Gadgets, huh? Kurisu casually picks Future Gadget 4 Mode Snake up from the shelf and stares at it. Hey, isn't this a weapon? Future Gadget number 4 Mode Snake. It's designed after a Claymore landmine. It's an instant humidifier. How confusing. Insert water and turn the power on, and in mere seconds it generates a thick cloud of steam. So it's junk. I thought so. Kurisu sighs and returns Mode Snake to the shelf. I'm borrowing this. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Whoa. Whoa. It's just not right without a lab coat. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly. Hey! Assistant, you get it, don't you? Yeah, what? Let go! If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant for this, Christina. You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate you joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Daru not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins Gate. Shut up so we can start the experiment. Kurisu thrusts both hands into her lab coat's pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed on the underside of the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now. So, you haven't tampered with the microwave at all? I point to the X68000. There's code on the screen. It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this, make the microwave do things its manufacturer never intended. How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred? Nothing out of the ordinary. It was at factory settings. I'll take a banana. The bunch of bananas only has 3 left. Those are Mayuri's. Oh, I don't need your permission then. I'll go buy new bananas tomorrow. Kurisu takes 1 banana from the bunch, squats down and places it inside the phone wave, name subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send and the phone wave begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings. Nothing happened. The banana's still in the microwave, unjellified. Ow! Kurisu yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing her fingers. It's hot. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You did just microwave it for 2 minutes. The microwave functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we know that already. Undaunted, Kurisu throws a new banana in and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send a mail to the past. What does this mean? I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause. I agree. We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave name subject to change is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the phone wave, the banana teleported back to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returning to the state 120 seconds before. Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't be jellified. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying. That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first? No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Salt didn't jellify. You mean nothing changed? After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent the night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, konjac, melon bread, crunchy kun, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. Same thing with liquids on that day. Our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge, everything failed. Is the microwave storing electricity? He said that jellified objects became fractal structures, right? Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related? Here, we should think under the assumptions of time travel theory. No, it's not good to start thinking from the conclusion. You've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that. I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Kurisu frowns deeply. We can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon, nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. We haven't changed our methods, we haven't changed the settings, we haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe it's the one who observes it. What do you mean by that? Quantum theory. The observer is an important element to the experiment. There were 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, but before that it occurred when Hashida-san was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I both saw the phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed. In that case, there must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach. Hungry? Shut up! I haven't eaten anything since lunch. Kurisu turns away, she looks at her watch. It's already 8. Just eat a banana. Really one of the 2 we just warmed. Yeah, after all, the fruit of our experiments. Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles. You've got mail! From Luca, they didn't defile me, they just made me wear girls' clothes. Wow. Don't want any? Well, since you have lived in America for so long, I guess you prefer fast food instead. Cup noodles.
Nani?
What? I'll have the cup noodles. What flavours? There's soy sauce flavour and chicken flavour. Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat. Also, do you have a fork? It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the 2 of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Doris said he didn't want any, and ever since then we've been examining the phone wave. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Dario wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Kurisu's been examining the AC adapter at the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. No areas of curfew, so she all goes back home to Ikebukuro. Dora and I frequently stay here, though it's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs.
Christina,
it's okay to stay this late. Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Kurosu turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother is in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand?
No.
What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. You could stay in a capsule then. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in a Chanomizu. And you can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? You said you haven't seen him in 7 years. Why do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? You're crazy. You were my assistant. Can't let my assistant have any worries, so tell me everything that's on your mind. Kurosu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know. Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes hee-hoo, right? And in the future, you two are destined to fight and... I think I heard Kurosu's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Kurosu doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. Have people's families issues like that. You're trampling on my heart. Oh. Could her father's situation be a big issue? Maybe I should apologise. Try to think of the words, but before I can say anything... Hell yeah! Daru's war cry echoes through the lab. Did you get in?
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives the thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. And the IBM 5100 database? That's separate. Server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. There are positions higher than that. Something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council, eh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Kurosu looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBM 5100 database for another day. Run a search for data on time travel research.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Kurosu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of CERN's actions is deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for jelly. Zeri. Jelly starts with a J. Wrecked. L2 English nub. Ooh, careful mistake. So uncool. Careless even. I meant to say is there's no way it would have been such a simple name. Name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads Z program, top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I asked Daru, but Kurusu answers instead a flat tone. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBN 5100 put on the market? 75? So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators, and both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organisation. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Ooh, a JPEG, come on. I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. Text isn't in French. What's on screen now looks like English. There's French, Dutch and German versions too. Content looks the same though. CERN's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Kurusu suddenly starts speaking a little at a stilted clip. Oh right, Maki says she can do English. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people's roles in your fantasy world. Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurusu to sit in front of the computer. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designate it the Z program. On February the 2nd, 1975, exactly 20 years before I was born. Z, like the Greek omega or Cyrillic Ya, is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name to seek insignificance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Kurusu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Ah, here. I'm going to do a quick save. Actually, no, cancel. Where is it? Save is... There we go. Cool. Ah. This can't be. Kurosu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform space-time displacement experiments by the means of high-energy proton-proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run around to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it'd be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true. You're telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind CERN, most likely the organisation or one of its puppets. What organisation, you Chunibyo nutjob? Let's try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organisation? That's what it says here. Committee of 300. I don't think they mean CERN's Executive Council. What are they talking about? What's the Committee of 300 tips list? Unseen Masters, a secret organisation rumoured to manipulate the world behind the scenes. Some believe the many secret societies spoken of by the conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Committee of 300. One theory states that the Committee of 300's ultimate goal is to establish a one-world government. With the exception of the elite, the world population will be reduced to 1 billion, and that remaining 1 billion will be enslaved. And all of a sudden, the share price of tinfoil companies shoots through the roof. The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarine. I'm listening. The Committee of 300 is the dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. Making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Till now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history, literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can't resist this temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is naught but a joke to these who stand with the gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that was quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoin Koma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their fateful system, and a glorious new age of chaos. I'm not asking Hoin, I'm asking Okubai. I am Hoin. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant. How dare you attack my very identity. Getting about in Maxishi. Please keep reading. What do you mean, forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than your delusions. I told you, they're not delusions, and they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority is now to expose the dark side of the international research organisation known as CERN. Continue, assistant. At least show some respect when you're asking a favour. Though huffing out complaints, Kurosu obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1, construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Over the past half-century, beginning with proton synchrotron completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2. Implementation and testing of lifter technology. Formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, which become possible when this stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it's necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3. Animal experimentation. Stage 4. Kurosu stops talking. She takes a deep breath and finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. For real? A chill runs up my spine. I admit, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time-travelled phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurosu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this? Hey Ocarine, remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this. Result, error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. Someone died. Could that have had something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kurosu and Daro are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy? Daru, look up Jellyman's report. Really? Really. But first, Christina. Eh? You should leave. Why are you suddenly... The Jellyman's report, it just gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant after all. I keep telling you I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose the truth to the world. No, it's too dangerous. You chickening out? We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. But still, this isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine. I won't tell anyone. Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits. But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night. You won't regret this? I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit, or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant of the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down. And about you, Daru? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation. And with my skills, they'll never know we were there. That settles it. It's good that Mayori's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kurosu in the eye. Alright. Let's begin. Kurosu gives a seat to Daru.
No.
Henceforth, this operation shall be known as Legaron's chest. Why Norse mythology? Is that Norse mythology because it's cool, I guess? Anyway, what is it with men and military terms? Daru, begin the operation. Soon finds the Jellyman's report. It required a second password authentication which Daru broke through easily. Ready. I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru wipes the sweat of his forehead with a handkerchief and timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. Top left has name, age, height, weight and other information. In the centre is a long string of English text. Underneath that there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman's report means.
Jellyman's report 10.
A man in a wall appears in New York. Subject name James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program stage 4, date of experiment 2005. Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud. Result, error, human is dead. Mismatch. That again? It's believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Kerr black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An identified man was discovered dead in an alley of Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. It sounds like Kurisu's reading the newspaper article at the end. The man's body was completely jellified.